Esther was locked into a marriage of which she wanted to have no part. In the Medrash, we learn that her name Esther contains the letters Samach Taf Resh, meaning Seter, that she had to hide her real life from her husband. Taanit Esther fits into International Agunah Day for two reasons: Mishum Hatzara or Mishum HaYeshua. Mishum Hatzara in English, because of the affliction. Esther's affliction of being locked into a marriage and leading a double life, living in fear, is what every victim of get refusal, the women, feel when they're locked into chained to their marriages to their husbands when they want to get, and they have to keep part of their lives hidden for fear of how he will react and how it will be manipulated to manage to get out of giving her a get. Mishum HaYeshua, Esther, for the way she managed to bring salvation, is also another connection to International Agunah Day. How so? Esther knew that she needed the unity of Am Yisrael in order to reach the Yeshua, the salvation. She came out with a cry and said, Tzumu alai, laila v'yom. She said, you all have to join me, identify with me, empathize with me, and then we will reach the rescue of all of us, in essence, not only of Esther, of course, of all of us. The same way, those that are sensitive to the plight of the Agunah and the Agunot themselves turn to all of Am Yisrael and say, join us in unity. And when we all understand the deep problem of the situation of get refusal, then we will be able to do away with this blight on Jewish society. Moreover, Esther turned to the Rabbanim after the end of the salvation. As it says in the Gemara, she said, Kitvuni lidorot. Esther understood the value of being written down as part of the holy books in the canon of the Tanakh. And she demanded of the Rabbanim, which they did, they included Megillat Esther as one of our own Sifrei Kodesh. We too turn to the rabbis and we say, Kitvuni l'doros, develop halachic solutions that are deep to the Agunah problem, which will eradicate this blight on Jewish society and see to it that there will be no more victims of get refusal, nor female nor male. And it should come from within the holy writings. In other words, the Psikah Hilchatit. That will become the true salvation when, just like with Esther, the Rabbanim will agree upon the proper solutions and implement them. At this stage in halachic history, there is one preventative solution to the Agunah problem which can be implemented extremely easily. In fact, it is mandated by the Rabbinical Council of America and the United States for every couple that marries under its auspices. What is that solution? That is a prenuptial agreement for the prevention of get refusal. In Israel, we use the Heskem Lekavod Hadadi. In English, it's called the Agreement for Mutual Respect. It is a halachic document. It is not a get. It is a monetary agreement which exhibits respect from one spouse to the other and is completely egalitarian. Whatever the man obligates himself to, the woman obligates herself in the same manner. It works on the principle of v'hakesef yanet hakol, as Kohelet said. Money talks, as we say in English. It cuts the process of the slide into recalcitrancy, of the slide into bitter get refusal, which makes every divorce that ends up in get refusal a terrible, traumatic experience for both parties, both the man and the woman, and their children. This stops that process and in that way contributes to stable family units in the future, because each one of them, having had a dignified divorce, will go on to remarry and build another family. All couples should be signing this agreement as a matter of course, automatically, before they get married. And this is for three reasons. Number one, tikkun olam. We are going to correct a bad situation that exists in our dati society. For if my son signs it, then his cousin will sign it, and then the neighbor across the street will sign it, and in that manner, everybody will sign it. And this process has already begun. It is a form of pioneering, of chalutziut, that our young people should be taking upon themselves in order to serve as a living example for all of their friends, family, and acquaintances. The second reason that it should be signed is, simply put, for personal protection. When someone takes out health insurance, he doesn't think that he's going to need a heart transplant in the United States, and he needs to have it covered. When you sign this agreement, if you, God forbid, become one of the 30% of divorcing couples in Israel, if you become part of that statistic, you have minimized the losses and the money that you have spent during the divorce. And this is a form of personal insurance. The third point is that the young people today, particularly our children, have a chance, and once in a lifetime chance, of being part of a halachic historical process. You're having you're taking part in the historical development of a solution to a global problem which affects all of Orthodox society all over the world, not only in the state of Israel. They will have an effect on all of our rabbanim to face the Agunah problem head on, to really relate to it, and to come up with deeper halachic solutions, even more than a prenuptial agreement called the Agreement for Mutual Respect, Haskem L'Kavod Hadati. The agreement can be found on the website of the Council of Young Israel Rabbis in Israel.